Hey everyone, it's Pat Brown here with another race critique here. This one is one from a few years ago, the Ardmore P12 race in 2022. So I have a few examples here of some good tail gunning versus some bad tail gunning, and it all kind of happens all within pretty much the same lap here. So let's get it started. So we just went past the start-finish line here. First turn into a little bit of an off camber. And we're doing okay here. You see this Andy Duddle. He's doing pretty good with tail gunning, and he's been tail gunning here for a decent amount already this race. And I've just kind of slid back. We have about 10 or so minutes to go in the race. And so I'm just trying to be back here, see what I can do to save some energy. So you let open up a little gap, and then you want to make sure that you're pedaling late, so then you drive into that rider in front. So I should still be pedaling right here to increase the speed so I don't have to accelerate after the turn. And so because I didn't accelerate, I'm going the same speed and that gap stays open, and then I need to stay high on the power in order not to get dropped off. So I do a little bit better with this corner. I'm accelerating, I keep on pedaling, and you see I'm still pedaling, so then I'm able to join the wheel without having to spike power too much. And we always are going to spike some power up this little riser. Now, same sort of thing here. I should still be pedaling hard, so they attach right on the back. Instead, I have to put out a decent amount of power here, which is not ideal. The whole point of tail gunning, or being on the back of the group, is to save as much energy as possible because there are a number of downsides, right? So some downsides include you have no idea what's going on at the front sometimes, if it's strung out enough, or if there are enough guys in the group. Also, it can mean I'm just kind of like dangling off. It can also mean that you can't respond to anything that's happening at the front and going off the front. So I do a little bit better. I see that this guy in front of me has opened up a gap, which I'm worried about. So I do a little bit better at preserving momentum, moving up the side. And you see I have to pull the brakes a little bit, but now I'm right on par with everyone else. At this point in time, I know that I'm gonna have to move up here for the final. So let's jump to where we're gonna be moving up a little bit more tail gunning action. So that was a little bit better. Let's go through that one. So the whole point is a lot of people are going to be braking. So if the group is all bunched up, there's going to be a lot of braking. If they're all lined out, there's going to be less braking. So you got to kind of look into the corner, see how the group is, and see I stay on the power a little bit later, and I catch right on the back, and I just keep the momentum up. So I'm only doing 300 watts. Oh, it looks like there's a big crash. So you see, I have good momentum going in. My power stays high. I'm going 29, while they're probably going 27, 26. And then it looks like a rider overlapped wheels there. It's probably tough to see. Yeah, you can barely see that rider right underneath that the right glove from the QCW rider in front of me to the left. You can see someone probably overlapped wheels, had too much momentum, and then, or maybe it looks like they washed out a little bit. Maybe hit a little bit of dirt. A little bit tough to tell there. All right, so that slowed a lot of people down. And so that's with about 5 minutes, or less than that, that's about 4 minutes to go. Okay, so the group is lined out because of that crash. People are joining back in. And let's see if we can see how many laps to go. A little bit tough to see. Let's play it through. 2 laps to go. All right. Thanks there, Bill Ellison. He's on the mic there for this race. So 2 laps to go. Let's play it on through here. So about 4 minutes left in the race. Now I need to start. It's all lined out, so it's going to be tough to move up. It looks like I'm still the tail on the group here. And this is, I know it's going to bunch up. However, I should be right on that wheel in order to be saving as much energy as possible. Maybe a bike length off, but this is quite a bit more. Though the one good thing I see is they are bunching up, so that makes me not worried. If they stayed lined out, then I would be very concerned on my ability to close the gap down. So I maintain the speed. I have to put in a little bit of power here, so it was a little bit too much of a gap. And that's the art of the tail gunning, right? You need to kind of get a feel for how the group is going into corners, and then you need to judge that with each corner, each consequential corner, how much space you can have to preserve the momentum without running into people, because if you run into people, you need to pull on the brakes, right? So at this point in time, again, 187 beats per minute. I'm definitely feeling the effort. I know this year in particular, I didn't quite have the best training for intensity. I had a lot of volume, was working a lot aerobically in multiple different disciplines, um, but anaerobically, so this fine power. You can see I moved up pretty good on that left side. So the really fine, the really pointy power, this is 1 lap to go. That is a little bit lacking, you can tell, because my heart rate is quite up there. Max beats per minute is somewhere a little bit over 200. All right. So we're about mid-pack now. I'd definitely like to be up a little bit higher, especially because we're lined out a bit here. Good. Skyline Rider will come around, fill in that gap, which is appreciated. I remember at this point in time, I was definitely near that limit here. And that's why a number of riders are just popping around, because they opened up too much of a gap. All right. So coming into this last tricky turn, um, you can see some other riders are on the limit as well here, opening up some gaps. And kind of run into that rider who's fading a bit. And at this point in time, there's no way I'm going to be getting the win here. We're all lined out, which occasionally it stays lined out. Sometimes it bunches up, but people are definitely going a little bit earlier this year on this course. So now it's just trying to make up whatever positions I can. Now, typically, I would say, you shouldn't really be sprinting for like 20th or maybe even 15th, right? Once you're getting up and you actually have a chance at the win. But here's the thing, I'm doing all this seated and people are just dropping back, so increase the why not increase the power and then see what places you can pick up. I'm not out of the saddle. It's just kind of like a nice surge getting the power out, kind of whatever I have left. And you'll see at the end, heart rate of 197. That was pretty much all I had. So not quite up to snuff for this race, for intensity wise, but definitely some good learnings here. And yeah, we'll go for hopefully this year in 2024 we'll have a lot better placing. So if you like these videos, please give it a like. If you could, also subscribe for any new video content that's coming out. And then hopefully we'll catch you in the next one here.